afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. Thank you so very much for being here. We are going to enjoy this next 30 minutes, a quick drive around Positive Prime, if you like, or I can answer any question that you have and drop into the therapist, coach, guide, healer that I am. And or indeed I can invite anybody else who's here as a Positive Prime leader on out to talk about their session. I love it. Hello, Walter. Hello, Lucy. Hi, Lee. Hi, Patty. So for those of you who don't know this, our annual members of Positive Prime are invited to this weekly gathering. It's informal. It's an opportunity to ask questions. Even if you're just curious, a point of clarification. Hey, what are the new sessions that have been launched? What's coming? A little bit about the coaching pearls. How does it work? Why? You can ask any question you like. Or indeed, you could say, hey, this is the opportunity that I'm facing, or hey, this is the persistent limiting belief that's showing up in my life. Is there a Positive Prime session, which is a little bit like a visual hypnosis experience, or a lot like a visual hypnosis experience? Is there a session that helps me to deal with whatever that challenge is, or help me to actually be in a place where I can harness the real potential of the chance that I've got? So who wants to come on out and ask a question that could be really valuable for anyone else who's here? Lucy has a question. Excellent. Hello, my dear.
Hi, how are you? Nice to see
you. Awesome.
So I find myself a little overwhelmed because, and I do it to myself, I'm in too many programs, and I'm really wanting to get through the leadership program. And I don't know if there's a fast way for me to do that without having to go through all the videos and whatnot. And so I think I'm asking,
Lucy,
for help.
Sometimes we call something similar a spiritual bypass. Okay. It's like you're saying, hey, God, I really want to be enlightened, but whatever you do, don't send me any lessons to learn. Right?
You're right.
Hey, God, I really, really want to have a child, but I don't actually want to be pregnant. Is it okay? Now, there are solutions. All right, there are solutions for people who want to have children who don't actually want to go through pregnancy. So what I can offer you is a couple of perspectives. Do you think that there's any value in experiencing a lesson? So most of the teachers out there will know this. You can say something to a student, and the student may or may not hear actually the intention, right? Or they may actually hear what you said through their own lens, so it's actually not really what you said. Okay, now the same student, if they were really present in the moment and they actually took some notes on what you said, will they have learned it a little better? Will they have aided their comprehension? Do you think that they would be able to retain or recall any more of it?
Well, I do believe that that's true. However, here's what I want. I want to learn a lot about Positive Prime and the science behind it, but I don't want to have to listen to all these people going on about,
Awesome.
Because obviously I love Positive Prime. I want to be able to talk about it logically and give it its true value, because I do want to represent it well, and basically that's what I want to learn, the science behind it, and not have to listen to all those people.
Okay. All right, well, let me ask you a question. Do you believe that who we are actually helps us to attract our ideal clients? Is there a vibration or a frequency that we need to be at in order to be in resonance with the manifestation of what it is that we want?
Yes, I do believe that's,
Okay.
yes.
All righty. So do you think that in order to be congruent with believing that online courses are valuable and that all of these teachers and trainers out there, all of these thought leaders and authorities who are sharing their messages in lessons that are sequential and that they've got either workbooks or they've got resources with them, do you think that they want consumers to spend a couple of $100 to buy their knowledge so that those people who buy that knowledge actually apply it in their lives, like really get some actual benefit rather than it being shelf help instead of actual self-help?
I know you're going to make me go through it. I can tell that's what you're going to do. You can just talk me.
No, Lucy, I'm not going to make you do anything.
No, I know, but
I'm not going to make you do anything. What I'm going to hope
no
to
way
do,
around, I have to go through the steps.
no, what I'm going to hope to do is to inspire you
Okay, good.
to be in this particular vibration. So I can say to you, I believe it's really, really critical to understand who Dr. Barbara Fredrickson is and what the broaden and build theory is, and to reflect on how you see that coming to life within Positive Prime sessions. And my suspicion is, and certainly what I've observed with hundreds of others, is that if you put a face to the name, Dr. Barbara Fredrickson, and you actually hear her talk about positive emotions and what it does inside your brain, you actually have an appreciation for the broaden and build theory, which will allow you to recall anywhere at any time who that extraordinary researcher is that actually gave us the incredible research findings such that we can have confidence that this is a fact. When you are experiencing really intense positive emotions, that you actually have this fabulous thing going on in your brain, and it's called the broaden and build effect. And what's actually happening is the neurons are firing together in different kinds of way. Now, a lot of people out there who are talking about neuroscience, they've heard that neurons that fire together wire together. Some people have actually even heard that positive emotions change the way your brains function. But what they don't have is enough respect for where that knowledge is actually derived from. And so they can't pay credit appropriately to the people who've actually been at the forefront in all of these different areas that bring about this exquisite experience called a Positive Prime session.
Well, I totally agree with you, but I know that I listened to the guy about positive psychology, and I totally get where that comes from. I can't remember the guy's name.
Did you write it down?
Yeah, it's just somewhere in the notes.
Okay. Okay,
So-
but tell me something. If someone says to you, Martin Seligman,
No,
do
that's-
you have, yeah, see, do you see what just happened?
Yeah.
So when you're in conversation that's vibrant with somebody else who's actually got some knowledge, and you're talking about the power of positive prime, and they mention Martin Seligman, you go, so this person actually does have some awareness. They have a foundation.
Right.
They have an understanding of positive psychology. Now I can have a deeper conversation with them about positive prime. Now, having said that, Lucy, it takes one to know one, all righty? So I quite like the summary of everything. So instead of making you attend the University of Pennsylvania Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and do 8-hour days once a month times 4 days, which would effectively be 32 hours a month for an entire 12 months in order for you to acquire a similar level of knowledge. What I did was I found the summaries of what they teach you in that program, the Masters of Applied Positive Psychology at UPenn, and I put it into the leadership program with these incredible videos that you can watch at any time from anywhere in the world, so that slowly but surely you can acquire this really, I think, delicious fascination in positive psychology and neuroscience. And so instead of suggesting that you go and listen to a 4-hour class by Dr. Alia Crum, who has the TED Talk on placebo, who's actually teaching at Stanford, what I did was I found her TED Talk, which is 20 minutes, not 4 hours, and put it into the leadership program so that you know exactly, you can hear how extraordinary it is that she says in that research. She presented these 2 cohorts, or these 2 research participants, exactly the same milkshake. It looks similar. And she told them that one would help them to lose weight and one would be full fat. And they did this pre and post biomarker testing. And what they found was that the person who believed it was full fat actually excreted a hormone that helped them to metabolize it. And so the person who thought it was actually a dietary shake had a completely different outcome physiologically. And the beautiful thing about Dr. Alia Crum is that you listen to what she's got to say, and it gives you this power when you have a conversation with somebody that I think is, it actually allows this beautiful conviction to come through you, so that people actually know that you actually know what you're talking about. And when you say that what you believe about something actually changes the way that you experience it, what you believe about something changes the way that your biochemistry works, that is because of research that Dr. Alia Crum did, right? So I just gave you a summary of what she said, but trust me, if you hear her say it and you hear her explain the actual research study, you'll think to yourself, oh, I want to share this everywhere. And so then what you might do, which is kind of what I would do, is I'd take that TED Talk and I'd send an email and say, hey, Lucy, you know how we're really on a personal development and self-improvement journey? Well, there's this tool called Positive Prime that brings to life a lot of the best principles. And inside a Positive Prime session, it's actually helping you to change your beliefs in a really very subtle and profound way. But go and listen to Dr. Alia Crum. And so the people that you are presenting to might actually find some time to watch Dr. Alia Crum's TED Talk, and they might go, hey, Lucy, that was really cool. What was that tool you were talking about? And voila, door open.
Right. The operative word was might have time to listen. That was, but I'm just joking. I'm just,
yeah. And you know, do you know, I hear you, because
I'm asking for the honorary degree. That's what I want.
Well, do you know what's fascinating is that Patty and I have actually been talking about study groups, a bit like our Power of 8, an actual study group for Positive Prime professional leaders, because you might be really similar to me, and I actually anchor something into my knowing, and then I can actually translate it into my being when I've had a conversation about it. So we've been talking about launching a study group that is once a week, a little bit like what we're doing in the Stanford Positive Intelligence course with our pods. And so what we might say is this week, we're actually going to watch Dr. Alia Crum's TED Talk,
That'd be good.
and we're going to get into our leaders group, and we're going to break out, and then we're actually going to discuss that one thing. And I think that that might actually really help, because we all like each other, who are people who are choosing the Professional Leaders Program. And to be honest with you, Lucy, there's a lot of people who want a Positive Prime session. They want their message conveyed in a Positive Prime session. So they want the actual formula of what makes it a neuroscientific experience of value, but they actually don't want to know the science. They just want their own session, and they want their own session to be inside their own program. And that's okay too, right?
Well, it's more than that, because, you know, I think what you just said is so, you know, for me to study all by myself, something on the internet, I want to fall asleep. But to be able to study it with a group, first of all, I always want to connect with this group. So there's an opportunity to connect with the group. There's an opportunity to get through the course. Here's an opportunity so it, you know, it takes care of a lot of different ways, and it's more live. You know,
Yeah.
there I have more of an interest to put my hour into it, because
Lucy, can I tell you something also beautiful?
Mhm.
We are so similar, because Patty will tell you, a couple of years ago, we had a wonderful event at a resort called Omni La Costa in Carlsbad. And all of the professional leaders came together, and it was like a live, real, in-person gathering. It was very informal. It was very intimate. And we had an opportunity to get together, and we were sitting at round tables, and we were facilitating conversations, and we had a whole heap of people stand up on a little baby stage. There was no fireworks. There was no overproduction. It was actually just all of us being real with each other in a relatively small ballroom. And we actually had great presentations from each one of us, teaching each one of us, a little bit like they do at the Transformational Leadership Council conferences or gatherings. But considering that group's closed, none of us can actually get into that group anymore. And so Patty and I have actually been talking about, guess what? Australia is actually going to open its borders in a couple of weeks' time. Now, in my state, I can't get out and get back in yet, but I will be able to probably by about March.
Mhm.
And what I am absolutely sure we can do is we can gather together. Maybe we'll do it in Mexico. Hey, now there's an idea. What do you reckon, Patty? So, Lucy, it's as simple as this. We find a boutique resort or something like that, and we say, hey, Kim's going to be here on this particular date. We all come, we all basically book our own hotels, we share our rooms, whatever. We make it completely simple and easy, and not any of this grand organization. And we simply get together, and we inspire each other with the stories that we have about how we've actually been sharing Positive Prime. And we allow these incredible sparks to occur. People will collaborate.
Yeah.
Patty and I know that from that Carlsbad event, Robert McPhee, you know, his beautiful session is called Excellent Decisions. Robert McPhee and another woman who we actually had at that event as a guest, her name's Sam Bennett, they are still doing work together. They're still making money together, because we caused or facilitated that collision of two human beings who totally get each other, love each other, respect each other, admire each other, and are creating magic together, right? Wouldn't have happened without us.
No, that's what it's all about. It's about people, really. It's about us, our souls, and our spiritual beings, you know, coming together and doing our best.
Totally.
The rest is just grudge work. It's grit, you know, like whatever. But I see Walter's on. I mean, he's right. Depending on the day, and that's one of the hardest things, is to find a date that fits for everybody. You know, that's for sure. But you seem to have a good system where you have the hour for the US and the hour for Europe and the hour for, you know, that makes a lot of work for you, though.
Do you know what? we could actually appoint somebody within the EPIC community or within the professional leaders community who actually wants to step up and be the leader or the organizer of a regular Zoom that's once a week and is really comfortable with having people split out, and we can facilitate it and we can all work together. It doesn't necessarily need to be all me. Patty is more than capable and comfortable. Not only has she gone through the live certification program, because we used to actually, many years ago when I first created it, the only way to do it was live at a live event. There was no online option. Wasn't it, Patty?
Oh my God.
We actually sat in a room in Los Angeles, didn't we, Patty? And we literally went through and we taught people about their brains. We taught people about self-fulfilling prophecies. We taught people about the emotional contagion of human beings. We taught people about why, and you know most of this, Lucy, because Anthony Robbins has taught you that we have these basic needs as humans, and one of them is significance. Mm-hmm. Every single time you see a photograph of yourself inside a positive prime session, you're actually triggering, you're satiating your significance need, because there's nothing more significant to any one of us as human beings as ourselves. And, you know, Dale Carnegie and, you know, when I think about the 7 habits of highly effective people, or how to win friends and influence people, all that COVID work, what did we all get to know? That our names are the most important things on the planet. So when someone says your name at a cocktail party, hey, Lucy, you go, oh, who's talking about me? Because your significance need was actually just ignited.
Right.
So if we get together and we talk about all of this, I think that what's going to happen is that you're going to anchor in all these other aspects. So it seems to me that you showed up today to convince and to reinforce and to basically push me and Patty into the live group study plan coming together, and also the planning. Do you know, I'm not joking. Let me breathe it in. I think it's going to be Mexico. What do you think, Patty? Mexico or Pennsylvania? Mexico or Pennsylvania? Mexico or Pennsylvania?
Mexico!
I love what?
Mexico. Who wants to go to Pennsylvania if Mexico's the option?
Right.
How easy is it for Americans and Canadians to get in and out of Mexico?
It is so easy. It's unbelievable. Even during the pandemic, it's like horrific, really. There are like 5 planes a day are coming into Mexico, and you don't need to take a test before you get on the plane. It's like, Mexico is the easiest place to come to. It's really.
Okay, so Walter, would you come to Mexico if we had a Positive Prime professional leaders gathering there?
And make sure all the microphones are on. Yeah, I would. It would be a money situation at the moment, but yeah, I would definitely be working on making that happen.
You could bring your guitar and entertain us, Walter. How cool was that be? I mean, really.
Lee, Wolf, are you, Leanne, are you there? Maybe you can't speak because your camera's off and, oh, you can. Microphone's on.
I'll try. Oh, I'm shutting my video back off. Sorry.
You're right.
I love your video.
I have my hood on because it's cold here in Massachusetts.
It's all right. Yeah,
We can see you as you are. We love you anyway. When we get together in Mexico, we're all going to be in swimsuits, hopefully, or I don't know, maybe we're going to have a pajama party. We're all going to see each other at our worst. Don't worry, right?
I love these expressions. Lee, you had a question. Don't miss your moment.
I did. I was wondering, and I'm not sure even where I got this idea from, but are we able to share our general Positive Prime annual subscription with 4 family members for
Correct.
free?
4 family members, 4 friends, 4 clients, 4 others. Absolutely. You just invite them.
Oh, okay.
That's a great
Let me
question.
do a super quick screen share to show you. Can you see? I
Okay.
was just about to watch my super mix. Who wants to see my super mix on max speed? Ready?
Yes.
Yeah, let's see it. Oh, because I'm ready for it right now at the end of the day. Yeah, I know. Hmm.
Right, isn't it?
Love the sounds.
Let me make it a little slower. I'll make it a little slower. Every single time I sit and just surrender and let go and allow myself to experience the session and drop in and connect to my heart and connect to source, I'm telling you, brilliant ideas, they flood through me. And then you should see how fast I typed to team members. Hey Mario this, hey Patty that, hey Mayumi this. They're like, every single day I basically create more, produce more, make more happen than most people on the planet.
Yeah,
Anyway,
last night it was 12:30 and you were disappointed that I wasn't still available.
Yeah. I'm like, it's after midnight, Patty. Why are you asleep? Wow, it's true. And I'll tell you, I have been, oh, in fact, I'll show you. I'm going to actually show you. So let's just stop this for a second. Let's go to the dashboard. Yeah, I feel better. And I'll show you, Lee, we will, up here where your name is, if you go and click on invites, you click on invites, what you can actually do is enter someone's email address, right? And then you can send them the invite, and then they have to actually receive and activate their invite. They get exactly the same access as you've got. So if you're an annual member, they will be an annual member too. If you've got access to Coaching Pearls as well, they'll have access to Coaching Pearls as well, et cetera, et cetera. Everything that you have, they have. So I'm going to just show you something. Let's go. Oh no, I have to actually be logged out. I'm going to show you something that's pretty interesting at the moment. So, but in order for me to show you, I actually have to log out. So I've logged out here. Now let me go and open up, and I'll just go to positiveprime.com's homepage. And anybody who comes to our homepage and actually, wants to get started, interestingly enough, if they click the button and they get started, they'll actually be a member that's associated with the entire Epic community, anybody who comes through our homepage. If they come to our homepage with or via a referral link that they've clicked, then of course it's actually associated or tagged, it's linked to the affiliate. But anyway, let me just go back up here, and let's just say that I'm not yet a member and I want to actually go on our 10-day trial. On this particular page, you will actually see that we list out what is available to people who do sign up, and they actually get to experience it all and invite 4 others even during the trial. So can you see it says 5-for-1 pricing, family and friends sharing together? And so we do tell everybody about it, and we also tell it again and again, explaining a couple of times in the onboarding process that people go through. So let's just go back to Positive Prime. Let me log in, and I want to actually show you something really interesting. I uploaded a whole heap of photographs this morning, but I'm about to go and do more for Mexico. I'll give you an example. Lucy, tell us, where in Mexico do we want to host our Positive Prime professional leaders let's call it a retreat. Where do it needs to be able to fit about 100 of us, I would imagine.
Yeah, well,
There's
it would-
actually about 300 of us, but I reckon only a third will come.
yeah, and I would imagine would have to be on the beach, up in the mountains. So, I can think of Puerto Vallarta.
How do I spell that?
Puerto.
P-U-E-R.
Yeah, get rid of Rico and say Vallarta, V-A, yeah, there you go, Puerto Vallarta.
All right, did you see what I typed in? Boutique luxury hotel. Do we want to go to the Villa Premiere? Do we want to go to do you know any of these?
No, I don't know any of those. But
Okay, 5 beautiful boutique hotels in Point.
Okay.
I'm just going to show you what I actually do in Positive Prime. All right, so I've been to this one before. There are several boutique hotels where you can escape the crowds. That sounds like us.
yeah, they're
Four Seasons might be a bit expensive for the majority of people. Oh, that looks good.
Mhm.
That's a hacienda. Oh, this looks good. Okay, I just need a name, and I'll show you what I will actually do. Casa de Mita. Ready?
Yeah.
Now over here, Demeter. Casa de Mita. Website. Let's go to their website. So you see, I clicked on their website. All righty. Woo! Here we are. Bear with me because we're about to do some manifestation. Oh, doesn't it look good? Here. No, I can't get that photo. Where is the gallery? The gallery is here. Let's go to the gallery. It's going to load. Main. We want the main gallery. Now let's see. Because of course, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to manifest this experience on. Oh, look at that photo. Look here. I can right click, save image as. Let's see. It's going to open up my Google now. It's called what? Casa de Mita, Mexico. Woo! All right. So we'll just save that one. We'll save this one. And hang on, I'll do number 1. As it's flicking through, I'm just saving them. And let's just see if it's going to give me an idea. All right. All right. So all I've done now is save 3 photos. I'm going to come back and save the rest. But for time, I'm going to just show you what happens here. All right. So I'm going to go to my sessions because I watch my custom personal super mix all the time. Now I'm going to personalize it and I constantly add new images. So let's just see upload. Oh, look at this. Now my iCloud has loaded. Let's just see if it does allow me to actually upload. I think I might be going a little bit too fast for the actual.
Yes, that happens to me.
See, there we go. I was going too fast. And look, now I can upload this image and wait, we're going to see it pop up. It's uploading, it's uploading, it's uploading. But do you know, I also really want to go on a cruise with Cameron next year around Croatia and Greece. So this is the photo. This is actually the photo that just showed up, right?
Mhm.
But let me upload another one because now I definitely want another image. Oh, I'm liking the look of this already. Upload this image. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to go back to that website and I'm going to get all of the photos from that website and I'm going to upload them here into my private collection and I'm going to have them integrated into my super mix. See, can you see all of these thatched roofs? All right, so let's select all. Now let's play the session. All righty. Now, obviously, I've got a super mix with about 8,000 personal images. Did you know that? Only 8,000. But that's because I add a couple every other day. Not every day, a couple a week. I just got an enormous number of photos for the destinations that are a part of the itinerary of the cruise I really want to go on. And it's going to take forever to load because I'm on Zoom. So did you all see that? That's actually literally what I do with Positive Prime regularly. I decide what it is that I really want to manifest. I go a couple of extra steps. I get super clear. I put into action. I literally go, okay, so where are we going? We're going, that's where we're going. You watch, Lucy, that's where we're going. And then I'm going to find the boutique hotel, and then I'm going to go to the boutique hotel. But you know what? I don't need it to be, it could be that boutique hotel or something even better. And so I'll go back and get a whole heap of other photos of some other boutique hotels. And then I'll just say to the universe, allow us to all meet and have the most delicious, fabulous, fun time together, and make sure that it's in the best interests of our higher selves, and make sure that we all feel like we're nurtured and safe and protected. And anything that you can do to facilitate that with ease and grace and speed and joy, please make that happen. God. Right? And so long as I do that every day between now and then, it's going to happen.
I know. I know, it's unbelievable.
That's how I use Positive Prime. And so I don't really need to understand the science of Positive Prime. I understand manifestation. I understand planting a seed in the gap, as Deepak Chopra calls it. But what I know is that I need to have the guardians that are really stopping that process of prayer becoming reality. And so I need to watch at least 1,000 images going past very quickly, such that my conscious mind, these critical aspects of me, don't get in the way. So I'm just pushing them aside with the speed. And then because I'm seeing photographs of myself and my parents and my brother and his children and my friends, Lucy, send me a photograph of you, please, my dear. A beautiful, fun photograph of you. Anita has done that.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Anita over the weekend. And you know what I thought to myself? I really would love to go to Dallas, where she is.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure that we can have a morning tea. I've done this in central Pennsylvania with Patty. And the people who can come along to the morning tea or the cocktail party, whichever one we want, they must be annual members, and then they can come along and we can just have a really nice presentation and a meet and greet and a Positive Prime party with those of us who love Positive Prime. And the networking will occur, and you know, it'll encourage people to make sure that they are an annual member in order to actually come and participate. And then maybe we'll have some small fee that will cover the venue. You know, maybe it'll be $20 each or $50 each or something like that. And maybe Anita will speak if it's in Dallas, but it'll give Anita an opportunity to actually have a whole heap of her friends come, and that's going to be really good for her own affiliate commission. Now, I haven't actually explained this to her. This is just in my brain as of the last 24, 48 hours. I'm thinking, you know what, I'm going to go to Dallas. In fact, might go to Dallas before I go to Mexico. What do you reckon?
Well, I think so, because I can easily go to Dallas too. It's 2 hours from here, so you know I would.
All righty.
Yeah.
No. We're going to be on retreat in Mexico. That's where we're going to have our special little professional leaders gathering. I'm actually thinking of small gatherings that help active affiliates to make money.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right. So Walter, what would be the perfect example? I would come to Los Angeles or Southern California, and we would get people to come along to an event. And the only way that they'd be allowed to come to the event and participate is if they were annual members. And so you'd be able to have a whole heap of conversations with people, and, you know, quite frankly, you'd use your referral link, and then they would sign up as an annual member and you'd receive your 50%. And quite frankly, if you have 100 people do that for an event, you've just made yourself $10,000 as an affiliate. I reckon it's probably worth it to pull together some events. Don't you reckon?
Yeah, that would be worth it.
I think so. Yeah.
So then the question could be, well, do you think that you could actually get 100 people into a room via your affiliate link by the middle of March? Maybe.
Possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if not 100, does this effort, does it make sure that you're in action so that you get 20 in January, 20 in February, and 20 in March? And then, you know, basically there's only 50 people at the event, but the event's so fantastic, you can then talk about it, and then another 20 people have some kind of connection with you, and there's some momentum, and voila, all of a sudden
Yes.
you've made a small fortune as an affiliate in and of and by yourself, irrespective of whether you're a professional leader or irrespective of whether you're actually an Epic member. You know, I think if we're out there and we're doing this, and I come and support you, I think it'll be more fun. And Patty might know some people who could go to Walter's event, and Walter might know some people who can go to Patty's event, and Lucy, you might know some people who could go to Walter's event, and voila, fun is what we have. Lee, I'm pretty sure that you'll be able to go to any one of a number of events as you're traveling around in your mobile home on your wild adventure. Okay. Alrighty, so whilst we're here and it's the 5 of us, I love it that it's the 5 of us. Do you know, we actually send a personal email to everybody who enters their email address to Positive Prime. Did you know that we send a personal email to everybody who sends, who gives us their email address, and we invite them to this particular Witch Session gathering. And every week it's different. We either have a whole heap of new people who don't know, or today I've got 5 of you. And last week there was actually me and Jackie Simmons and about several other brand new members who I hadn't heard of before, and they're not already paying subscribers. They've actually just joined our email database. So I love it that you're all here. Lee has suggested that we invite some of our general community to be active members of our caring and sharing team as volunteers. So people who are actually going to participate in the social media efforts. And Leanne, I've actually been thinking about that. And I've been thinking, how do we make that happen? And it's part of, you know, all of this swirling in my mind. Patty knows that what happened was prior to the pandemic, when I came to Central Pennsylvania, and then she and I actually went to Charlotte, North Carolina, and we also went to Baltimore together. We would go to these events and Positive Prime members would come, and then Positive Prime professional leaders would come. And then those people who were interested in either being a Positive Prime member or a Positive Prime professional leader, they would actually come to these events. And they were very casual. It was almost like we were on a road show. And it was fun, wasn't it, Patty?
Oh yeah, we went to Long Island too, and New York City, remember?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, because I went and spoke for that networking group for Judy Goss, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
Patty and I
welcome
went and saw
again.
Professor Stephen G. Post on Long Island at the Stony Brook University. We had a very special audience with Professor Stephen Post. And then we also spoke at a networking event on Long Island, didn't we?
Yes, we really covered the territory there, and we drove, you know, half the night to Washington, D.C. Did we do something in Annapolis too?
Yeah, didn't we? I appeared on a TV show in Washington, D.C., didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and we did do something in Annapolis as well. Yes, that's right. Gosh, so much has happened. So I think that with the world opening up a little more, I was speaking to my my cousin who is an intensive care midwife in London, and she was talking about how all day, every day, she helps positive mothers deliver babies. And yet she's never even caught COVID, and she's onto her 3rd booster shot. Anyway, so to cut a long story short, she's Australian, but she's been living in the United Kingdom for more than 20 years. She came when I was living in London. She came and visited me in London, and then I introduced her to a friend, and they got married and had kids, and she never came back to Australia. My auntie still loves me though. Anyway, so she was basically saying to me, come on, Kim, seriously, there's nothing to worry about. Your immune system is strong. Get over here. See you soon. We're excited. And I'm like, all we need to do is have the borders open for international travel for Australians to be allowed out and then back in again.
Yeah.
And I'm off. I'm coming for all of you.
That's great.
Right?
Wonderful.
Okay. So hold on to your hat, Lucy. We will figure out, me and Patty will actually work really hard over the next couple of days We've got so much on our plate at the moment, though. So we will start with a plan for a Positive Prime Leaders study group, and we will figure that out, and then we will all come together, and then we'll split out into our breakout rooms, and we will decide a week in advance what we're going to focus on. And then you'll have support with each other, and we'll also figure out whether we should try and get it up and running after we've all finished the positive intelligence program. What do you think, Patty? Do you think? I don't think that any one of us can do any more. PQ's enough.
Oh my word. Yeah, I would say the
Doing
study group is a
PQ.
great idea, but we start talking about it and organize it, but no launch it, at least until sometime in November, because we're all pretty, over the top, I would say.
Walter, are you doing PQ?
I did cohort 7, and I had some unexpected money come in, so I actually bought phase 2. So I'm doing phase 2 now.
You're fired up, dude.
So, well, it works real well with the Christian aspect. So I don't have, people aren't fighting. Some of the esoteric stuff, the Christians are like, wait, what's that? So I haven't had anybody fight with me with the PQ stuff. So.
I love it.
Yeah.
I do love it. I can't wait to meet Shazad. I think that'll happen. We'll show him Positive Prime, and he'll like, oh, wow. And of course, I've got a little bit of like envy over his app, because his app's really well organized. Mind you, he's put millions of dollars into it. So I could put millions of dollars into creating something fancy for Positive Prime, but I would need a lot of affiliates to be super active. Lucy, what I can also tell you is that your request to make things simple and easy, it's part of what I discussed with Anita the other day. So she's off on vacation. I think she's in Montana or somewhere tomorrow for a week or 2 or whatever. When she returns, she's going to work really closely with Jackie Simmons and also with Gunther Mueller. Gunther really wants to capture an opportunity that he has. So he has access to a huge email database, and he wants to be a really fired up, engaged, active affiliate. He wants to make a small fortune as an affiliate. And so what I would say to you, Lucy, is that what we might end up doing is we might also end up creating an abundance pod, and it'll be for affiliates who actually want to help each other with ideas for how we're being great affiliates. If we've got really great affiliates who are having successful conversations with people, and we've got all of these successful transactions, all of you will have more personal money in your accounts. And the reality is that all of that activity helps Positive Prime to grow. So I constantly am reinvesting what it is that we're earning. It's not like I'm as yet sailing around the world in luxury. Quite like it to be soon though. But the reality is that I look at that app and I think, yeah, wow, I would really love to have an app like that, or at least as good, if not better, but it does require millions of dollars. I literally, over the last couple of months, poured another $600,000 into Positive Prime just to make it more solid, just to actually give it a better foundation, just to actually facilitate what is necessary so that the EPIC program can actually be more successful over a period of time. And the truth is that I've loved being able to invest that amount of money. I need to invest at least that amount, if not double or triple that, over the next 12 to 20 months. But the reality is I need a lot of really active affiliates in order to make that happen.
Yeah,
So
I feel really bad that I haven't dedicated that time, but my thoughts are always there. I see things all the time and I go, oh my God, this would be so good for Positive Prime. So it's active there. It's just, yeah.
Well, and Lucy, maybe if you can work with somebody and share that, and maybe it's even Patty, or maybe it is Anita, or maybe it is Jackie, or maybe it is Gunther, and together, I saw you nodding, Walter, I'm pretty sure you'd like to be an active affiliate as well. Leanne, I'm pretty sure you would as well. And what I can tell you though, is that we actually have at least one affiliate right now who does actually earn more than $100,000 a year from us.
Wow. Is that Jackie?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's not Jackie. Jackie's close,
Yeah.
but it's not Jackie. It's actually someone else.
Wow.
What I will tell you though is that this person has great relationships, and she's very good at helping others to see the value in the professional leaders program. And so she does make the most of it out of the professional leaders program.
I get it.
So, you know, when you make 50% of $2,000 or $5,000 or 10 grand for any one of the components, it starts to add up. And you know what? She's very organized herself. She created all of her own resources, but she was very methodical and very slowly but surely, like, you know, gradually it built up over that year. And at the end of the year, we looked back, Mimi and I were like, wow, we have paid out this affiliate more than $100,000. Wow. But you know what that means? That means that Positive Prime has made $100,000, which means Mayumi gets paid, and all of the other staff who create Positive Prime sessions get paid, and computer programmers get paid. And so it's the more that we have really active affiliates, the more we can basically continue to improve Positive Prime. That's just fact.
Absolutely.
We'll get there. We'll get there. And I'm really I'm feeling incredibly fortunate for the position we're in. We've got 10,000 new people in our email database. The efforts that the EPIC program are actually funding, they're actually working, and slowly but surely, and we're edging. I'm very impatient, so it seems like it's so slow, and it's really frustrating to me sometimes. But then I go, if I'm frustrated, that energy is actually literally squeezing off the flow. I need to be open, and I need to like stay in the excited, hopeful, enthusiastic, optimistic, you know. It's happening though. I know we'll get to hundreds of thousands of people on our email database, and I know that we will make a fortune even as we are affiliates for others.
Right.
And so it's ostensibly a very good story. It just takes a little longer, and it's a little more intense than I thought it was going to be. And I will tell you, I did not think it was going to cost me $600,000 over 6 months. I did not, but it has, and it's okay. And now we're into this next phase where I'm going to really fire up the professional leaders, and I'm really going to fire up the affiliate aspect, because that's what's necessary in order to really maintain this sustained improvement with Positive Prime. All right, so